And we're live on a Saturn day. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Give me 1 second here. There's a filter. That's why I'm not seeing your guys' messages. It's a filter on it. None. Hide all chat messages. Show every message, including potential spam. Let's get the spammers. Okay, sorry. I don't usually be participating with anyone. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with Moses, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your one and only messenger of God. There might be another. There might be. I want to hope there is. Whatever. But there's not another me. I am his first child. I am the Lilith reincarnated. That is the life I am living out, but I was many other entities after that. So I am the dark goddess. I'm here for the grand awakening. I am your leader through this. In order to keep up with me, you would have to see last night's live video, my short, and what I just posted in my community page. So last night's live video got chopped, and I got screwed. Happens sometimes. I don't see things as accidents. Here comes that Bob Ross moment. Happy little accidents and shit. No, not at all. Two of the cards that I pulled last night didn't come out, and those could have been their own teachings on themselves. So I know that we need to go deeper into that, and that's why they didn't come out. So I'm going to start with where I left off last night, but we're going to add some more to it. Alright, so you might recognize that from last night. I caught the video, and I looked up, and I'm like, hey, that's not the length of this video. And, I labeled the video, Stop Abusing Your Inner Critic, or Your Inner Child. That comment came from this card. So you didn't really understand the meaning behind the caption. We're gonna go back to that, okay? Let's talk about what I just posted, though. This is priority 1. I posted a screenshot of this tarot reader that I used to fuck with years ago. She was there since the beginning. She is like, they're all, once I start with these people, they're doppelgangers forever. So she became one of my doppelgangers, and just like many of these artists and other people, these so-called creatives, they come over and they rape my channel and try to use it for views and likes. It might get the views up, people might like it, but in the end, everybody's gonna know it's raw and fake. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, going back to it, she had posted something about, I have a message for you from your guides. That is a common caption from tarot readers, and I want to talk about this. There's a certain percentage of my job is to awaken people. A certain percentage, most of my job is just to clear out my karma and ascend. That's part of the, part of the job. Another part of my job is to break the actual matrix 100%. Right? So we start with showing you the truth. In showing you the truth, the foundations of these lies, these corporations, these constructs, these institutions fall to the fucking ground. One being tarot readers. They're full of shit. They have the memory of the cards, and they use that memory to manipulate your reality. So let's talk about this. She said, I have a message from your spirit guides. Alright? How come your spirit guides aren't talking to you and they go talk to some random lady? Do you believe that Pac would go tell her to give me a message? That Kobe showed up in her room and gave her a message to give to me? Nipsey, DMX, those are my spirit guides. I don't know who hers are. And that's the second question. When somebody starts saying shit like spirit guides, ancestors, deities, the universe, intuition, shit like that, when they start using these verbs, I need you to start fact-checking these motherfuckers. Fact-check them. Fact-check them. Fact-check them. First, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but every book has a cover. They're hiding. First things first, all of us spiritual people, you will always see us wearing some form of spirituality on us, some indication that we are spiritual. You will see us with a pendant representing how we practice or what form. You will see us with a stone because we definitely know that we need protection. Every spiritual person has a stone upon their neck, or 2 or 3. Why? Because once they've become spiritual, they are fully aware that they are under attack. We use the stones as protection. Okay? Secondly, when they say they're spirit guides, ask them who they're talking to. If they don't have a name and a face to tell you who they're talking to, if they can't tell you straight, look you dead in your eyes and say, I'm talking to this, I'm talking to Jesus, I'm talking to this angel, this dead person is guiding me. If they can't look you in your eyes and give it a name, they're full of shit. They're talking to their imagination. They're talking to their imagination. My guides make themselves very known and seen in the 5D and in the 3D. Let me fuck with them and say I ain't seen you. They'll show up all over in the 3D. Make sure that they're seen. Okay? Big ones to learn. People that use spirituality, how do you know if they're really spiritual? Are they of this world, meaning they're all material and egotistical and they're all hip and they know about all the things about this world? Or are they weird? Are they standoffish? Are they religious or ritual or something strange? And they know all about other stuff, whether it be aliens and space or particular types of religion, or they do weird meditations. They're weird. We're weird. We're not like you. Once you wake up, you put on what people call is crazy. Spiritual people don't look and act and talk like normal people. We're stuck in a body, but real spirits, real spiritual people, we don't conform. We had to leave that form to become spiritual. So that's number one. How to spot a fucking fake spiritualist is what we're talking about right now. Biggest thing though is people go to psychics and tarot readers and all this stuff because they think they have a connection with the spiritual world. Example, she said, and many of them will say, I have a message for you from your spirit guides. That right there should tell you that you need to meditate. If you believe that they have a message for you, then you need to get that message directly for you. Now, can she and everybody else sit there and invoke Pac? Sure, you can do all of the invocations to bring this spirit into you. I don't think you want to, but if you did, you got Pac standing in front of you, and you ask Pac about me, do you think Pac is going to give you any answers about me? Nipsey, I'd love to see you bring Kobe into your spirit, into your fucking room. And then you ask him, you bring them all the way to your space, and then you're going to ask them about me? What do you think they're going to tell you? The truth? Or they're not going to tell you nothing? Your spirit guides, your real spirit guides, are there for you. They don't serve anyone else. They're not there to help anyone else get close to you. They're there to protect you from everybody else and their sick intentions. They can see what we can't. I'm a messenger from God. I'm the only one that speaks to him, that can understand his messages. I'm not a fucking tarot reader. You can see that by my inability to memorize these stupid ass cards. And the fact that I use so many. I use the cards, as my first twin flame says, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, as nothing more than a visual for your childlike mind. The cards are nothing more than confirmation to what I'm already telling you. I already know the deal, and I show it to you as confirmation through cards and books. I know exactly what we're going through and what's happening, and I have to show it to you to verify it. I have to show your mind it's true. It needs references. It needs proof. Seeing is believing, so I have to I can't just tell you and you believe it. And then for most, I can still show you and you still won't believe it. Belief is something you lack. It's something you can inherit. You just turned it off. Just like love and everything else. Compassion, understanding, forgiveness. Anybody that says they work with the light, if they don't work with Christ, they don't work with the light. Bottom line. Bottom line. Bottom fucking line. Bottom line, he is the light. If they don't know Christ, they don't work with the light, which means all they do is work with their dark feelings. Know this. I'm trying to explain this to you because you're going to get out there. There's going to be a wave of this. People are all going to pretend to be spiritual. They already are. They use words like energy and vibes and, you know what I mean, all of this shit. They use all the terminology because they know it's a hip lingo, but they don't have any knowledge behind the words. They heard it somewhere and they just repeat it. That's how people learn to speak. They hear it and they repeat it. They see it and they do it. They're followed. They're just programmed little munchkins, we'll say, at this particular moment. So anyways, I want to point that out to you. A lot of what I do over here is show you the lies. I show you the truth, but in the truth, we see all the lies. Never will your spirits go to someone else unless it's a priest or an actual healer. This is a person that sees entities all on their own, never even seen, doesn't care about you. But realistically, will your guides come to me? Possibly. I don't know who they are. Not truthfully, you know what will come to me is your higher self. Directly. Who tells on Russ all the time? Lucifer. Lucifer tells on Russ. Lucifer tells me all the time what Russ is doing. Who's Lucifer? His higher self. I spend the soul that I'm in love with is not Russ. He hasn't became himself. He's just his mother's child, some guy named Russ. He doesn't know who he really is. The more he becomes that, the more our attraction will become stronger, because he's not who he really is. He's just a fake version of what people want him to be. When he steps into his Luciferian actual energy, and that is, you know, God's favored fucking angel, you know, fucking games all the time with him, then, I mean, actually have a connection with this guy. But the guy, no. The flesh, no, I don't have a connection with the flesh. He tries all the time to have a connection with me. He wants to. He doesn't understand my connection is with his higher self, and nothing can break that connection. He does everything to do it, but he can't. I'm connected to his soul, not his flesh. His flesh just gets in the fucking way all the time. Fucking smart and shit, so witty and annoying. And I don't know how many times I gotta tell him that I don't like his appearance. You think that if someone told you that for 3 years, you'd do something about it? Attractive to a person, you would do something about it. It's just pure laziness. You don't shave your face properly. You just let it grow. It's pure laziness. It's a lack of self-love. And the same as you not cutting your hair. I know why they showed me this morning why you started this whole fucking bandana campaign. Because I was making fun of your 5-head. I told everyone you had a huge 5-head, so now every time you get on the camera, all you can see is how big your forehead is. It was that big before I told you, dummy. It's filled with all that fucking ego. But again, if you want to be attractive to someone, and when they tell you what they don't like, you typically change those things. Or you could just be unattractive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not attracted to your flesh. It's your spirit. Loser. Where did we start with that one? Flashbacks. I guess. That's what I show you, is that people are full of shit. They're all lies. The real even being seen. This is all a puppet show. Just gotta show you that. We're gonna do a lot of that, where I will expose a lot of them, you know, down to the churches and stuff. They're lying to you. With the best intentions, because they were taught to lie to you in such ways. They believe the lie themselves. Truthfully, oh yeah, bro. It's traditional. It's a traditional lie passed on for fucking many, many, many decades, centuries, whatever. They're lying to you. I'm here just to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Let's take your lie against my truth and see how this pans out. That sounds no, but that's how I want to tell you. It's like, nah, bro. They don't have connection to your fucking spirit guides. They can't access your destiny. They have nothing to do with you. They want to be part of people's lives so that they have some power, because otherwise they have no life. Now, going back to the tarot community, I want you, if you do watch that bullshit, I want you to mute it and watch them. Mute them. Don't listen to their words. Watch their actions. You have to learn to start paying attention to people. Right? So, you'll see they have nothing until that card comes out, and then their imagination gets filled with all kinds of possibilities of what this card may mean for you. This might not resonate with everyone. You know what I'm getting? You know what I think this is? You know what I feel like this is? No. And they keep listing all these possibilities instead of it's just one thing. It's their mind producing madness. There's no message until the cards come down and they make a message out of the cards. Anyways, our cards are already aligned. There's already the story to be told. So now that I told you all of this, We're going to pick up where we left off last night. I'm going to put in some new cards. They're going to be nothing but confirmation to what the fuck we just talked about. Got it? Get it? Good. Okay, so I started with this. This is the end of the journey according to the Dark Night of the Soul. It's the star card. Oh, I pulled this card and I pulled, I'll show you what I pulled. I just remembered. So I didn't even get a chance to read this to you before the actual video cut off. And I went on real deep. So, let's start here. So you seem to have lost yourself in the dark of the woods and can no longer see the light. Between criticizing yourself and others, you have lost sight of your integrity as you survive in what you perceive to be a competitive world. What's integrity? It's a trinity, and I said this the other day, and that's what it is. If a person lacks integrity, there's 3 parts to this. You either have all 3 or you lack all 3. It is a trinity. Integrity, honesty, and loyalty. Those 3 make a trinity. If you're not a loyal person, you have no integrity and you're not honest either. If you're not an honest person, you have no integrity and no loyalty. It's a trinity. If they lack one, they lack all. How? Because they're all of the same force. You lack the force. Integrity is what you do when people aren't looking. So it was funny, I was coming up the elevator, there's this girl I see all the time. She's got this long, wig that she wears with a hat over it. She hasn't changed it, she just wears it. That's her look. When she leaves the house, she puts this wig on, and she puts a hat over it, puts it in a ponytail, and that's what she goes. That's what she looks like to everyone else as she leaves this building. As she comes out her door, everybody thinks that's her look. I know for a fact that's not her look. That when she gets home, she's a completely different person. She rips that hat off and that wig, who knows who she is once she takes off this mask. She's a different person behind closed doors. But when you call her on the phone, that phone voice is going to turn on. This is what I mean, integrity. Are you the same person with everyone? Or you switch? You become different people when you're being watched, when there's different people in the room. Yeah. Meaning I'd never say that in front of my mother. Why? You have to act different. You're a totally different person. That means you're not being honest or true to yourself. Which one's the fake? You cussing over here with me, or you being a fucking saint over there with mommy? What's the real you? You're pretending to be one or the other. What are you? That's what it is. They're 2 different people, outside and inside. Alright. Yourself and others, you've lost your sight of integrity, what you perceive to be a competitive world. And that's it. Because you're trying to compete with others. You've lost who you are, trying to be what they want. Okay? Now this is where I started last night with the, stop abusing your inner child. The criticizing. You're criticizing everybody else that fuck. That's pretty bad. But the way you criticize yourself. Let me keep reading. Your inner critic is doing a great job of destroying what hope you have left. You feel you are under so much pressure to get things done. The niggling voice of self-criticism, frustration, and disapproval is slowly but surely eating away at you. When things don't go your way, or just when things are out of your control, you beat yourself up. You abuse yourself. You abuse your inner child. You blame it all on yourself. You tell yourself that you're stupid. You tell yourself that all these things, that you're not worthy, and that this is all your fucking fault, and you're never going to get good things, and you're too fat, and you're too old, and you're too this, and you're too that. Nobody in the fucking world should be talking to you like this. Not outside or inside. You hate yourself for your shortcomings, for things not going your way. You hate yourself. I know this because I did too. I used to call myself things like stupid. Why am I so stupid? Finally, I learned I'm not stupid. As I'm calling myself stupid, I'm telling myself I'm not stupid. I just don't know better. We criticize ourselves in such evil ways inside of our head. It's so destructive. It tears us apart. Our mind tears us apart. People should never talk to us like that. In most cases, there's nobody outside telling you these terrible things. You're being told to yourself. Your brain is criticizing the shit out of you for not being better, which means you're abusing a child. You just don't know. I spend every Saturday like that. What the fuck were you thinking? Hating myself for thinking. Trying to understand, why did I fucking do that? I hate myself for what I've done. But I've learned, Marshall has a lot of these great great messages. I've learned to love myself and not. It starts out with hate. I hate myself. But then I gotta realize, nah, dude, nah. I have to nurture myself through whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, simple things. I want to hate myself for being married to the last man. What the fuck were you thinking? Why did you do that? Why weren't you strong enough? Why didn't you fight him? Why didn't you care about yourself? Why didn't you save your children? What's wrong with you? That's self-criticism, and it's hatred towards a younger version of yourself that didn't know better. Even if you made a mistake last week, that's your younger self, bro. You had a whole week's experience that made you wiser than you were last week. You can't hate yourself for not knowing better. You can't hate yourself for not doing better. Everybody else will. Everybody hates you for not doing better. You don't. You forgive yourself. You love yourself. You understand that I am learning. I didn't know. And when you feel like, when you understand this about yourself and your own mistakes, you can more comfortably have forgiveness for others. Again, people have done horrible things to me. I can forgive them because they did not know. Or in most cases, like I said, bottom line, they were hurt when they hurt a person like me. Healed people don't hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. I got hurt by someone that was hurting. You can forgive that, bro. You need to remember that there's nothing good or bad, right or wrong, through the eyes of Artemisia. Remember, it is this type of thinking that causes problems. Artemisia holds a light in the darkness so that you can see your way out of the woods to a place of integrity. And that's where it is. You're hiding in shame from your shortcomings. They're not mistakes. They're shortcomings. You came up short on a situation. Here, she will ensure that you remain in a place of honesty, truth, and ethics as integrity leads the way. You got to be honest with yourself and with others. You know what I mean? Lying to those around you, it's like I said, you're not being authentic. Not honoring, like when someone says, will you do something, and you just say yeah, even though you don't want to do it. You're not honoring your feelings. When you go with someone and you don't want, just doing to please others is not honoring to yourself, to God. All you're doing is being a doormat. And then later you do hate yourself. Goddess Foresight. Replace your critical thoughts with positive statements. Don't just accept the first offer. Use your integrity when making decisions. Speak in. You are your own worst critic. See beauty in every stream or a river. Artemisia revealed. Critic of Celtic origin. Artemisia was a great water goddess whose sacred grove is found in Buxton Springs in England. The Coriotivai, worshipped she who dwells in the sacred grove. Long before the Romans came, there were 2 springs close together on the valley floor. Those who drank from her waters were cured of wasting disease and sickness. And then I went in to tell you, as a reminder, here in Colorado, at Mother Cabrini's shrine, it's been documented forever, there's healing waters. People come from all over, they fill up their jugs and they take them. Most of my waters at my altar are from Mother Cabrini's. They're already holy healing waters. I just prayed over them, and then I charged them with moon, and now they're supercharged. So there are places where you can go to healing waters, but streams and rivers are a place to be by today. Lakes, streams, rivers. Tap into your emotions through the element of water. And that's what I was talking about that you didn't hear is, when things don't go well, we start terrorizing ourselves from the inside out. Most people should not dare to terrorize us during a hard time, but during a hard time we sit there and terrorize ourselves, and we beat ourselves down for not knowing better, doing better, or just feeling better about it. Please be kind to your inner child. You're a child inside of there, bro. And that's your conscious. It's a weak little mind. It doesn't know. It gets very scared about things, when you go outside and things happen. That's what brings all that emotional chaos. It's your inner child that comes out and doesn't know how to deal with things. Be kind to it. You know what I mean? Calm it down. And that's your nurturer and your warrior, being the mother and father to yourself. It's going to be okay. I've got us. That's that nurturer. Everything's going to be okay. And the protector and the provider. We've got this. We're going to be all right. Everything's safe. Don't let all those fears come in and shit like that. The mind is real. You have to honor how it feels. It's a child panicking. But you have to speak over it. You know what I mean? So when it's telling you you're no good, it says that's not true. What people say is not true. I am good. When it tells you nobody loves you, that's not true. God loves me. The whole universe loves me. When you tell it, you have to speak over your thoughts, but make sure you're not lying to it. Your mind knows a liar. Don't tell it bullshit. Tell it the truth. You have to put a strong foundation of this stuff in there. It's like it knows that nobody's shown you love. That's okay. God loves me and the universe loves me. Right? Reassure it that, yeah, you're right, but that's okay. Being nurturing about it. You know what I mean? We're going to lose our house. We might lose our house, but we're not going to lose we're not going to lose ourselves. That's that warrior. It's like, we're going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. We're going to get a new house. That's that father. Don't worry about it. We got this. But also the nurturer. It's going to be okay. You have to speak your mind, calm your mind. And it literally is, what it is it's taking in information and it's repeating that information. So what you need to do is put in new information. Surround yourself by positive affirmations, and that's what Mike Studd had shared in my community page, is put yourself in the right atmospheres, the right energies. Stay away from negative energies that talk down to you. Right? So that way it's hearing it. It memorizes these things, these good things, so that when you're in the dark, it tells you now. It's supporting you instead of terrorizing you. It remembers, no, that's not true. Remember in a book, we're going to be okay. That's what I teach you over here, is the understanding. So when you're in these dark places, you have heard my voice. And there in your mind, it knows what's happening, even though your inner child doesn't. Now your nurturer, your warrior, and your soul are all working together to nurture that inner child that's freaking out right now because it doesn't know what's happening. That's what the understanding brings you. It's not going to stop the trials and tribulations. It's going to give peace to them. We're still going to go through life, bro, and that's a fake spiritualist trying to make you think that it's all love and light. Bro, the only way to love and light is through the darkness. They're full of crap. They're taking happy pills. They're full of crap, bro. Or they're making a lot of money off of your lack of love and light, and that's making them feel real good. They got real big houses and shit. I mean, when you're filled materially, it gives you a false sense of security, where you can walk around with a smile on your face because you're proud of everything you have. But it's not true joy, contentness. I could push their inner child to act a fool just as quickly. Real quick. Their inner child will come out real quick. Responses, reactions, intentions. Careful. And it has to do with you. It's like, watch your thoughts, bro. Don't let them terrorize you. It's repeating is things it's seen on TV. You know what I mean? Bully ass shit. It's bullying you. Alright, we're gonna go into these dark cards I use. They're called trigger cards for me. I'm gonna bring up through the stories, it should awaken subconscious wounds and repressed memories that we can look at. Parts of ourselves that we're just literally looking for trouble is what we're doing right now. Once I bring this out, we'll be forced to see a part of us that we've forgotten, or a memory. It's forcing the surgery, if you will. Alright, let's see. I'll do this in front of you. Like I said, I'm not a fake card reader. I don't give a shit about any of this shit. That's her card. What's behind door number 1? Wow, how many times have we never read this card? What is it? Perchance to dream. Have we read this card? I mean, I guess we probably have. Perchance to dream. I'm hearing Mama Cass. Dream a little dream of me. I want to, let's see. It's the new moon phase. It's a fucking stage of denial. If I sleep long enough, when I wake up, the pain will have gone. Damn, guys. I was asleep my whole life. I had to stay asleep because I was in pain. I woke up to the pain. Visual seed. A crowned naked man is reclining, his eyes closed, his body dissolving in the wind. Another man holds him gently. Behind them, circles of brass risen by the silvery threads. To die, to sleep, to perchance to dream, or, page 41. It is time to surrender, to drown, to dive in, head first, in the cozy, all-enveloping darkness of the blanket. It is a moment of weakness, a desire to close your eyes and surrender, just for 1 moment, 1 second, 1 minute. Not like a hero fighting for the world, but like a kid, just welcoming the darkness outside within fully. How long will this moment last? A minute? We can say just a minute, but that's not true. Disappearing is but an instant, but it's just that time to take a breath twice, and yet it can take ages. Ages we will regret, ages that we will have lost, like stolen by our own surrendering. And yet we close our eyes, and we let one sentence after another slow down to nothing. Sight first, then hearing and smell, and last be the touch. The comforting hand we all deserve, to hold us up when we have done enough, and we just cannot, but let it go. I think about my twin flames. They're so trapped. You're content with dying, and you're walking and you're asleep while you're doing it. But sometimes you dream of a different life. Bobby, I wish you'd go away. He's got 8 years in on this. 8 years he's been with this woman. All he has to look forward to is an eternity. However, the rest of his life with this woman. He's fully unhappy. But he can't leave it. And it's like you're just sleeping through it. You're just numb to it until you die. You made a promise, and you're going to stick to that promise no matter how unhappy it makes you. I can easily say Lewis. Lewis made a promise, and it's killing him. And he won't just break the promise. Russ, bro. I don't have the energy anymore to actually fight you with this, but, you know, your sickness is no better, bro. The fact that you spent all that time putting out a song saying this is for anybody that ever had to put up boundaries with their family. But you have none. If anything I've only seen is you put up a boundary against your girl. She's the only one you left at home. And she's probably better off working on her creativity and herself, not being around you and your low vibrational bullshit. Which is okay, but here you are, bro. You're dragging around all through the thing, and here comes mommy, and here's this. You have no boundaries. You're not getting any better. You're far from better. You're much worse. All of you are. Guys, you got some shit-ass lives. If you're not them, that's fine. You know what I mean? Kim Kardashian, do you see her with any new love prospects? She's going to be happily married in the next 5 to 10 years. She's going to have more children, or at least a fucking stepdad. Do you see fucking Kanye doing anything good with his life for the next 5 to 10 years? Are they on a projection of self-healing where they're going to be better people? Absolutely not. 5 to 10 years, they'll still be putting out something. Products. They're QVCs. They're just selling fucking shit. Just like Lewis. Just selling, collaborating, selling himself. They're just selling shit. What is Marshall going to be selling in 5 to 10 years? Another album, a movie, a fucking commercial, a t-shirt? What are you selling? That's all they are. They're spokespeople for sales. They're selling their souls to you to make the people around them happy. Do you think Kanye's kids are happy, bro? They're billionaire kids, but neither one of them have a mother or fucking father. That's some shit, right? You work so hard to be your fucking parents, bro, to be a detached parent. Give them the golden spoon, and they don't have parents, bro. They're gonna grow up cold. No ability to connect with people because they didn't have a nurturer, a protector, a provider. There's no structure there, bro. You guys think that just, you going to work and your kids having the best things is going to make them happy. They need a parent, bro. They need some. That's what happened to me and most of us. Nobody was there to see or love or hear us. My mom worked all day and went to school all night. I'm not sure if I ate, bro. She would buy microwave foods for us, but I'm not sure. How often did I shower when nobody was there telling me to do these things, when nobody was raising me? I started raising myself at 15 when I started raising, a baby. 16. But in the sense of, it's like other families and people in the streets had to raise me because she was too busy trying to provide shit. That doesn't make, we're destroying our children, bro. And going back to it, it's like these adults. They look like they got it together, bro, but they don't. I know a lot of you are unhappy in your lives, and a lot of people hate me because I do these things, but when I'm unhappy, I gotta destroy this. They hate that I have the freedom, and they like to make fun of me for having no life, but I'd rather have a chance at a new life than to continue in a dead life. I knew when I was 18, 19, that man wasn't going to stick out this life. He was never going to leave the streets. He was never going to get any smarter. He was only going to sell drugs and and drink his whole life. So I had to leave him. But it was my husband, my only boyfriend, my only everything. But I knew that he wouldn't, so I did. I'm 41 years old, and I was right. 42. He's my age. He never did anything with his life, bro. He sold drugs, became an alcoholic. Now he lives on my oldest kid's fucking bed. He shares a room with my fucking 24-year-old son in my daughter, my 23-year-old's fucking house. He's a fucking waste. I saw that, and when I was young enough to get out of it, I would have wasted my life with him. Same thing with my ex-husband, bro. I didn't want to fucking repeat that and have 2 kids with no fathers. I knew this guy was, you know what I mean? I had to go against my own belief and everybody's criticism and the Bible because I believed in that at that time. I would have never experienced anything if I wouldn't get left that life. If you're unhappy, bro, you've got to change this. You can't just walk around numb until you die. Not what God intended. And yeah, maybe it didn't work out with the relationship. I don't know why you guys think it should. I mean, I get it. Every time, even my daughter, every time I'm attracted to someone, I really hope for the whole thing, bro. Every single one I want to marry and have children with. I want the real thing, but I can't really have that with every single one. But we want it, and that's not a bad thing that it didn't work out. It's a bad thing to give up. It's a bad thing to give up on yourself and the possibilities, like Marshall. He had one marriage that didn't work out. There's 8.2 billion people. I'm sure even the men would want to give him a chance, would want to love him. He didn't, give himself a chance to experience it. And that's where it is. It's like, I'm scared of everything that I'm doing, but I deserve this. I have to give myself a chance to be happy. Even though I don't know what that looks like, because I've never been happy with another. I've got to dream and believe in that it's something that was meant for me too. Otherwise, what? We just give up? That wasn't a life that God wanted for me, or I didn't seize that life. Dating doesn't mean that you're going to find love. That just means you're entertaining. That's not the way to love, guys. We know this. People, you'll date your whole life. That's not how this works. Being true and honest with a human being about your intentions is what's going to find you love. You don't have to date 5 million people. You just got to be honest with someone that really likes you too. That's all. Dream, please. Don't just die there, as the card says, in your artificial heart, acting like it doesn't hurt. Just turning off your thoughts and feelings, and filling yourself with, using your coping mechanisms to make it through another day. It's crazy. I feel for him, but at the same time, I can look back and it's like I gave up 10 years twice to 2 different men. Had nothing to show for it but beautiful children. I'm like, damn. That's where I look back at my life. I'm 40. I'm like, how did I lose all those years? I gave them to people. I gave my first 10 years to that guy, and then I waited 10 years and gave another 10 years to that guy. More or less. A whole fucking decade I gave away of my life. Oh god, here comes that Mary J. Blige song. There's a sad tune. In the essence, you want to change your life, you have to change it, but you're going to have to go against yourself, your people around you. They're not going to agree with this. No, this is social suicide. No, they're going to wipe you out. Hey, bro, you better have that Trump mentality, bro. They're going to take it all, and it's going to be okay. Hey, I really told him that. I was like, you better realize that if you do leave this woman, you're going to be paying child support and alimony between the 2 women that you got going. You might as well just lean on me and know that I'm going to have to pay the bills, bro. He didn't like that. I think that's, a miracle on your behalf, but fine. In essence, he didn't like that. Why? Because he knew that nobody's ever taken care of me. That's not cool. Somebody needs to take care of you. When are you going to realize that's what God does over here, dipshit? You just want the power of God? Or you just want the pride to say, I did this for her? Why don't you just love me? That's what God can't do. He can't force someone to be honest and true and hang out with me without fucking treating me like shit. You can get people to buy shit for me, obviously. You can't get someone to stick it out and be honest and loving. Can't force your free will, bro. He can entice you to be generous, but he can't force you to be a good person, bro. He can't force you to be a bad person. Nobody forces you. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Where are we at in the pits of hell? Dun, dun, dun. We use these. Love these. We're going in order because we used to shuffle them, but now we're going in order. Hey, we're at the threshold of a fucked up adventure. Are you ready? Are you ready to go into hell? Are you ready? I'll take you to outer space. Hey, guys, that pissed me off. It really happened last night. I promise it did. I told you I didn't want to connect with the aliens outside of the Palladians. Please don't make me. And I told the universe I was afraid. So you know what they did? They had to make me face that fear. What happened? I didn't really see aliens last night, but I got a communication. I was sitting outside. My phone died. Never does. Fully died. So now I'm really lollygagging, just sitting out there staring. And I'm talking to Diana. We're deep in a conversation. All of a sudden, I get pulled out of the conversation. I look up into the sky, and there's 3 stars that have never really talked to me before. And she looks up straight at him. I was like, you see those stars? She's like, yeah. She's like, they're blinking at us. I was like, well, yeah, they are. I was like, do you see this? They're trying to connect with me. See, what you don't know is I was a star before I was put in this stupid fucking body. I don't know what they're saying because my body won't let me know what they're saying. But they're trying to connect. And this all has to go with the alienators. It was like I said in my video last night, I didn't want to have to connect with all of the other fucking aliens out there. But obviously the stars are trying to connect with me. I just want to point that out. I didn't ask for this, but I'm doing it for you. I don't want to connect with the aliens, but if you want me to, and you want to have they have messages for you, whatever. Let's take an adventure, shall we? Card number 3. The diabolical. How about no? How about no? Threshold of adventure. The journey. Approaching the gates of hell, Dante is frozen with fear for the terrible journey that lies before him. His guide, Virgil, kindles Dante's courage, and they set forth. That's it too. Don't make me fuck with the aliens, bro. I'm scared of them. They fucking did something to me. You dealing with demons and gods and shit. You don't want to. They're really alive, bro. The spirit is only in the spirit. These motherfuckers they got a body. Extraterrestrial beings is what you call them. All right. Divination. Something momentous is about to begin. Yeah, we're about to begin a new journey. This card signals a significant transition between life you knew before and the destiny that is calling out to you. That's it, dude. My growth of my page, this is real big. This is what I'm here to do, is teach the world. The whole world. We're there. We're taking a chunk of it right now. Before any great undertaking, we may feel trepidation, whatever, and look for any reason to delay, to remain in a state of comfort and security. Behold and fill your mind with all the joy of new possibilities that lie before you. That's what we were talking about too, is you're afraid. You're afraid to be free. You're like, ooh, this is gonna be hell. Hey, you'll be alright, bro. I'm just saying, we all get scared before we're about to do big things. Big boy moves. Be bold and fill your mind with all the joy of the new possibilities that lie before you. And that's it too. Don't think about what you're gonna lose. Think about what this means for you. I know it's scared. If I leave this motherfucker, this, that, and the other is gonna happen. It could. But think about all the good things that could happen. You don't even know. Start imagining the good things that can happen. If you quit this job. If you left that, if you moved out of your apartment. If you moved to a new town. Stuff like that. What could happen? Of course, go through the bad things. Write them all down. Realize that's not real. There's not going to be a bear that gets me. None of this is real. Change can bring hardships. It can take us out of the depths and presents us with new challenges to overcome. The portal has opened, and you have only to step through it. Again, I said this in yesterday's video. If you don't fly, they're going to push you. You can't just sit here looking at hell. You have to go through it. You can't just sit here. And that's where it is. You're at the Grand Canyon. And you're like, you don't want to get too close because you're like, I know if I fall, I'll die. I know if I fall, I'll die. And then there's people, oh, I'm gonna push you. Get the fuck away from me. And then all of a sudden you slip straight in there. Did you die? Nah, bro. You might hit the ground, but you're gonna wake up. Maybe not here. That's not a bad thing. In the essence, bro, you're gonna be okay. You gotta take that leap. That's what it is. It's a leap of faith. And that's your guides. You have a guide. At least one that's pushing you. And you have your inner self. It's your heart pushing you. I had to admit it after 3 years. I was like, hey guys, all these dirty jokes are my higher self. I just want you to know it's me being dirty, not them. Those filthy sex jokes? Yeah, it's usually me. I just want to blame it on the rain. Just kidding. You have to do this, guys. I don't know. I can pull a card. Actually, no, I'm going to pull the last card from last night, and that's the card that you really need right now. I pulled another card last night that I didn't show you. And we'll pull one more. Why? Because that's what I do around here. Pull the bullshit. Last night, I pulled these cards out. These are another tarot. I got wienered into getting them. Actually, my friend was like, I want to start tarot. She grabs these, and I was like, dude, these are shadow. These are too dark. Give me those. And I took her to the store, and we got her some Alice in Wonderland ones. She's doing, if she's still doing it, same as we do. She pulls one card a day and just lets that be her energy, like I told her. Last night, we're not there. We were not there. We pulled this card. We pulled the Strength card. And it's kind of funny because, like, again, that's what you need right now. You need your strength. You have to dig deep. It's in you. It's just so are your fears. People are like, oh, you're fearless. Fuck, I'm not. I'm always afraid. I'm totally afraid. They think I'm fearless because I take action in my fears. There was fears there that I just didn't let them stop me. They were holding me back. I was terrified. I was crying the whole time I did this shit. I was scared. You know what I mean? And that's what it is like, I'm scared of the aliens, bro. I will honestly tell you, I'm scared of sitting and, you know what I mean, having this thing happen. What am I scared of? Other people seeing it. I'm not afraid of having a connection. I'm afraid of being judged by my connections. How's that work? Isn't that very human-like? Am I afraid of what they'll do to me? No, I'm afraid of what will happen with the humans when they realize I have a connection. That's all of my fears. When this gets out, bro, it's getting out. I have to face this. When you guys figure out who I am and what I can do. It's scary. And that's like Marshall over there with his little pen and paper. He doesn't want you to know what he's really capable of, what's really hidden in that book. He doesn't want you to know what's hidden behind his thoughts and what he can really create, which is madness. Madness. You're so funny, Marshall. He's so funny. Alright, let's do it one more time. Write this down. Alright, here we go. The strength. I turn straight to it. You can sense and feel the changes within you more than you can see them. Your trials in this wasteland have made you strong, and what is to come requires that you be stronger than you have ever been. You hear the rumbles of your power deep within. Your greatest adversary cannot escape. Your unending strength dwells in your mind, your heart, your blood. It scratches at the bonds, ready to tear and render and devour. It can never be silenced. There's no need to even try. It can listen. It can be cajoled. It can be loved. This task will take all your reserve, but after all, this is what you've been preparing for. Keywords: power from within, overcoming the inner saboteur, master restraint, wrestling with the shadow. It was a good, dude, those 2 cards were good to end it, right? No, we're beginning it, and that's what it is. You're wrestling your shadows, parts of you that are afraid. They're afraid from what has happened before, and they're holding you back from possibilities of what could happen. You look back and you're like, no, last time, but last time, but last time. And so you keep manifesting last time. You didn't learn the lesson, so you'll actually attract that lesson again. You gotta dig deep and face your fears, bro. Like, again, you know, what happened with me and Morgan, that fucking hurt. I didn't want to do it. And then it happened, and now it's done. I saw her about 4 times yesterday in the morning. She was zooming really fucking fast. All I told her the day before when she asked me, she's like, forgive me. Can we still be friends? Can I still hang out with you on your cigarette break? Like, yeah, but you gotta ground yourself. All I can tell you right now is when you go out there, you're tempted. So don't go back out there. Just spend your time here with your daughter, is what I told her 2 days ago. Saw her yesterday morning about 3 fucking times. She acted weird too. She was with us and then she went over to the other side with her daughter. I was like, don't be weird. Just come over here and smoke with us. Obviously, she was still kind of lit, being weird and shit. And she was like, well, I want to do something, but I don't know. And then we never saw her. And both of us sat there, and it's like, I knew that when God showed me the truth, that it would be changed forever. I wouldn't be able to hang out with her anymore, that this would change everything. But I was afraid of facing it. Again, I didn't even want to face it. Secretly just, to distance myself. I didn't want to have the harsh conversation about, I know what you're up to, and I can't be your friend because you're slipping and falling. But I still had to have it. And then I gave her the advice, just stay home, get yourself well again, get off of the shit, and stay here. I don't think she stayed home. And then, Diana's like, it's going to be interesting to see how this week plays out. Everybody got their welfare check. So, even if she wasn't, she's tempted now. She has the money. And that's where it is. It's like, fuck, dude, Morgan, where are you? I don't know. I can't even deal with it. Because even if she made it through today, right? Every time she disappears or something, that's what happens when you're dealing with an addict. You'll sit there just stressing. And that's where it is, too. It's like, Morgan, that karma's all around me. Don't do this, bro. What did I tell you when we started this conversation? People don't stop unless they're stopped. So, there's fucking Diana saying, dude, something bad's going to happen for her doing this. And I'm like, trying not to say that. It's like, yeah, and they're going to blame me. She knows better. When you know better, bro, you're not covered in that grace. Once you become aware and then you do it again, consequences is pretty immediate. So I'm just sitting here like praying. I hope she don't get caught. I hope that nothing happens to, her baby. I hope that she makes it home and she makes it through this one. But just this one. What happens next one? You don't have to worry about that every time. That she's going to be in a place and they're going to find out that she's getting high and they're going to take her baby away. She has a true fear of it because she knew she was doing something that it could happen. I didn't know that. I didn't know, and that's why I said she's living in this fear of whatever happened. Because she's still doing what could happen again. And that's where it is. It's really fucking sad, dude. I didn't want to do it, bro. I was so upset. Go catch my fucking Friday video. Saturday morning, we got to go at it, and I got to tell her the truth. And then this is where we are. And it's a terrible place, bro. That's why I cried about it. Is I'm about to lose someone. because I got to do the right thing and get away from them. I'm all forgiving, but now it's like, this is what it is, bro. Every time you disappear, I'm going to have to pray and worry about you, and I can't do that. So that's my tower. I lost something too. I had to sacrifice something that meant a lot to me, bro, because I know that in the future this is going to cost me more than it's going to help me. I love her, bro. I love her daughter. I'm very terrified of God teaching her a fucked up lesson right now, bro. Because she didn't learn her lesson before. I'm very worried about it. And even if she gets away with it this time, she's walking in fire. Every time she goes out and gets high, she's facing that same lesson, that same consequence, bro. And that's it. It's like, I can't help you now. I have to stand back, and you've got to do all this hard work. I'm only going to get hurt playing around with you. It was sad. And again, that leaves me where? Isolated, all alone, without a friend in the world. Which isn't true, because, you know, fucking Diana, that's what the mind says. You know, this is all your fault, and you can't just be forgiving, and you can't just be accepting like other people, and why can't you just accept people, and why can't you just hang out with people, and why do we gotta spend our life all alone? I'm not alone. We got Michael Jackson, who's never alone. Jesus Christ. In the essence of, it's hard work, guys, to do the right thing by your heart. Your mind's telling you no. It don't want to lose a friend. It just became a friend. It's a child. I want to hang out with my friend. Then the mother and the father's like, those aren't good friends. And you're sitting there like, nah, but it'll be okay. I promise it'll be okay. They'll act right around me. They will. But when they're not around you, that shit'll come back to you too. Her karma's her karma. Me hanging around, I'm guilty by association. We get rolled up on, dude, and she's got shit on her, then I'm busted too. Am I? Maybe. I don't know. Depends. If she tries to fucking pull it out of her pocket and stick it in my car, now I'm in trouble. Sucks, right? And you're like, damn, you hid this from me. She hid it from herself. When you realize that someone's suffering, bro, you can only give them a little bit of guidance and stand back. You're not the first person to try to help them. You won't be the last. People don't give up on them. They gave up on themselves. It's the drama of it. Accepting it, her getting away with it, is just her getting away with it. And that's what I said, is if I stand in full forgiveness and accepting of your behavior, then you're not going to do anything to stop it. You know that you can get away with it with me. That I'm still going to be your friend, and I'm still going to, you know, hang out, and everything's going to be okay. I'm still your friend. I still love you. But everything's not okay from what you've done. You got to make it better. I don't know what you guys are dealing with, but we are dealing with relationships. And, you know, that was the one thing. I was asked to give up my job because it was going to make me lose my home. By losing my foundation, I was broken free. It was terrifying. I lost everything. But there was nothing to go back to, so I had to keep pushing forward after that point. It forces you to go forward instead of trying to hold on to the past, is what God did to me. And that's why I said, there's nothing to go back to. I'm not trying to get my old apartment back, my old car, my old boyfriends, my old this. I'm trying to have a new house, a new car, a new man. I want, you know, I worked so hard to have it ripped out of my life that the last thing I want to do is put it back in and rip it out again. That's Bobby. Every time you come in, you're just ripping my heart to pieces, bro. It's alright. That's what it is. We're constant. If it's not you that we're doing open hearts, and that's what I said. It's like, I said to the max. It's like, I could easily say loving Russ brings out the worst in me too. Trying to love Marshall brought out the worst in me. Trying to love Allie brought out the worst in me. No. I had to face the worst of me to love you. You didn't bring it out. I had to face it in order to get close to you. That's not a terrible thing. It's going to happen with anyone. As soon as I try to get close, and I had said that for a long time, dude. I was like, I don't want to be at a place where some man drops his pants and I see his dick and start crying. I got a dick pic and started crying, bro. It really did happen. I wasn't healed. I knew that fucking image was going to bring up all my pain. And I didn't want to have to be in front of a man I love and have this happen. And instead it happened, and I tried to deal with it and come back to the man, and he didn't fully understand what the fuck just happened. Like, bro, I know I look like I've got it all together, but I'm healing just like you. I have an inner child that can come out just like you at any time when it doesn't know what's going on, and I've got to take time to deal with it. You're gonna catch this motherfucker just like me. But we gotta heal it. Why? Because I have a whole part of me that's been denied its whole life. My whole life. I just denied me. So when me shows up, even though it might not be the prettiest version of me, I need to love it. I need to accept it. I need to welcome it. I need to understand it and find a place for it in my life. It's a part of me that's been hidden from me and from the world. It's important. It might not be so pretty. It's a dirty-ass little kid that just showed up, acting all stupid. Let me clean her up. Let me wash her down. Let me give her some love. She's beautiful. You'll like her. Just let me figure out where she came from. That's your shadows. There's parts of you, bro, that you deny, that you're ashamed of. You know? I'm seeing, what's your fucking name, dude? God. Joe Bart. Seeing Joe Bart. Joe Bart's 20 years old. He's so fucking successful and controlled and structured, but he feels bad if he sits around smoking weed and playing video games. Why? I bet it's fun. You feel bad having fun letting your inner child out? I don't. I really like to really like to get on the go-karts and be a whole child and try to fucking smash these kids. I do believe it's my weight that's not letting me. These go-karts go by, if they are just way too much. I want to smash you, fucking bastards. Yeah, since, there's parts of you. And I said all that yesterday. I want to learn how to play a piano. Diana's like, I used to play the piano. I was like, well, that's great for you. Make me envy you a little bit, but I'm going to learn one day. It's like, I want to ride a horse in this life. I told her about me and the sword. She was laughing. I was like, bro, they're never going to fuck with me. They're going to be like the witch up there that rides a horse with a sword. It's like, dude, I had never seen no shit like that. And not in this lifetime. But that's who I was. I swear I know how to wield a sword. And I can ride a horse. I just have to reawaken that knowing. It's going to be the baddest shit, bro. Like, she is the baddest bitch I ever saw, bro. I'm just being a whole kid over here, I swear. Don't get cut. Writing songs. I'm just being a kid. I'm not trying to make a career out of this. I'm just having fun. Especially with Pac and them. No, we can't say that. Don't say that. You guys, we're not supposed to say that. Dude, if we were to battle rap, I told Marshall 2 years ago, I was like, come on, let's do a battle rap. Let's do it. Let's go. I'll let them take over and they'll rap you. He wasn't gonna. I didn't even show him how strong the connection was then. I was so sure of it. It was around Halloween when the veil was thinnest. I was like, come on, we'll do it. It'll be great. They'll rap you and I'll just be in the middle. It'll be great. Pass the mic. Love you guys. Yeah. Last night's video is today's video. And really, it was about midnight when I was dropping it, so it makes sense. Maybe it wasn't. I feel like it was. Today we have the eclipse. It's going to be interesting. 6 minutes of darkness in the middle of the day. I remember the last time it happened when I was in Oklahoma. It was unbelievable because not only did it become fully dark, but how everything went quiet. They had all the cicadas, all the birds, everything. The whole town was making noises. But when that happened, it went quiet. Every animal, everything. It was just silence. I don't think it lasted no 6 minutes either. This is pretty amazing. That happens today, so make sure you're part of that. Catch that energy. I don't know what it's going to do. That kind of energy has an effect on the planet and the animals. My dog has been acting so strange for 3 days. Are you serious? Yeah, she's doing it right now. She has this toy. If I touch it, she'll throw a fit. She has it's a little bone and it's got squeakers in it, and we just play with her with it. We run around and throw it and stuff, plays fetch. For 3 days, she's been acting like it's a baby. She's carrying it and she's like laying on it. Like she does this weird thing like a chicken. Like she has to lay on it properly. She won't leave it alone. Yesterday she wouldn't come walk with us. She wouldn't leave the baby alone to come walk with us. It's currently right now underneath her. Like, She's being very strange with it. I don't know if it's some kind of like menopause thing. I've seen animals do it, like act real protective over a toy and act like it is one of their babies. She's never been pregnant and lost babies, so it's not like something like that. I've heard about animals doing that, like when they've lost their litters and they get all weird with, they adopt them a baby. But she's been doing it for 3 days. It's very strange. Very strange. She's just never ever done it. Ever. I've never seen her be like this ever with anything. She's acting like it's her baby. She's like licking it and, she's like laying on it and stuff. I'm just showing you that whatever's happening outside is affecting the planet, the animals, and eventually it will affect us too. Heads up. Just a heads up on that. Otherwise, I will catch you guys later. Oh, they had one more card. Come on, really? Alright, fine. One more. I'm sorry. That way I can clear my desk. I don't like to leave stuff. I can't put it away if I'm going to use it. It just sits there. So I have all this shit from last night sitting on here and new shit. I have OCD. Hey, NF, your wife snitched you out and said you had OCD. Do you guys realize we all have it? Why do we all have it? Because we had no structure as children, so we create structure in our habits. There was no consistency or structure, so that's where it comes from. All of them have it. We all have it. Isn't that crazy? How can that happen? How can all of us have the same mental disorder? Because all of us same fucking childhood wound. Ooh, this is a good one. Number 27. Loneliness. Oh shit. I was looking at that Lumiere. Wow, the next one is interesting too. These are my dark and dangerous. We haven't got all the way through them. We're obviously only on number 27. We do them once in a week or whenever. Page 77. Lumiere. You can be solitary without feeling lonely. Your true power comes from inside out. Are your fears real? You cannot let unnamed fears interrupt your own peace of mind. You should be aware of your ancestors and the bloodlines that have created you. Ooh, shh. That was a good one. That closes it all up, everything I said. Duality. Solitary and lonely, fearsome and fearful. Hey dude, I'm all alone. I don't really feel lonely all the time. Last night something came over me and that's what I was saying. I don't know if this is me, if my feelings, or his feelings. I don't know if I'm mirroring my twin flame. And all I know is all these feelings are over me. I don't know if they're mine or his. You can't really differentiate. This could be my heart feeling this nostalgia, or it could be his reaching out to me. But I feel it. I don't be feeling lonely. Not usually. Loneliness is created in the mind, where the mind tells you you're alone. So it creates a feeling. My mind knows I'm not alone. I mean, after so long. The ancient Romans had a name for spirits that were lonely and wandering. Lemurs. I'm going to say lemurs. I don't know. What do you think that word means? I don't know. These were not benevolent spirits because of the disrespect shown to their corpses. Burial rites had not been arranged, and it was said that the living had forgotten them, or the manner of their death meant that they could not go in peace and were restless. A poet, Ovid, describes them as potentially vengeful. They were complex I'm seeing last night's reading. We talked about non-physical beings. Make sure you catch that. They're not all of the light, bro. There were complex placating rites that every household knew to perform, called the Lumeria. That's it. So there's two entities that I work with right now, and that's what I must have been the Lumerians. I deal with the Lumerians that you'll hear about tomorrow. We'll read about the Lumerians, and I deal with the Palladians. Nothing else. That's what I was like. I thought when I saw Lumeri, I thought Lumerians. These are Lumerian seed clear quartz crystals. Do you see those weird lines? They're here for shadow work. Yeah, I know you can see them. Those indentations. Alright, called the Lumeria. That kept any Lumeries at bay and kept them satisfied and benevolent towards the family. We know that Lumeries were both fearsome and fearful. They could be disrupted and easily scared away by a loud sound or banging pots. They were often actually quite timid but frightening, of course, to see. Like the unnamed and nebulous fears that our brains sometimes entertain, once challenged or placid, these ghosts were not so fearsome anymore. The most malevolent lemurs were those who were seeking revenge or asking for someone to atone for a crime committed against them. If justice could be done in these cases, the lonely lemurs would be able to stop their wandering and eventually seek the underworld. Interesting. Plant companion is a fennel, and a crystal companion is a tourmalinized quartz. Weird. We have tourmaline, but it was a tourmalinized quartz. We talked about that last night as the spirits. I'm telling you too, as your spirit guides. And sometimes they don't always take form. You're going to have to catch last night's video about this. I was talking to people. I was like, please don't make me invocate the aliens. And I also talked about invocating, spirits in general. So this is a good start because the whole thing was talking about this pitch, talking about your spirit guides have a message. Who are you talking to? Who are your spirit guides? If they can't tell you a name, right, they're going to look you dead in the face and tell you that Martin Luther King Jr. is talking to them like I tell you, they're lying. And if they make up that lie to the Holy Spirit, guess who's going to get them? You know a lie when you see a lie. You know they're lying. They're not talking to an actual spirit. They're hearing voices in their head. I will always tell you it's not in my head, it's in my heart. I'm telling you, these people, they're full of shit. They're full of shit. Watch out. That's the same thing too. Go to church tomorrow and ask them, what's the voice of God sound like? How does God talk to you? If they say through scripture, you need to walk away. That means you only hear God when you open your book. This is going to piss some people off. Let's get rid of some people. Do you think that the Pope has the power to talk to Jesus, Melchizedek, Buddha, Krishna, anybody like I do? The Pope. That guy over there that wears a dress and a big fat hat, does he have the ability to communicate with spirits like I do? Can he, at the top level, do an exorcism? Did he get all the way to the top without the ability to fucking cast out spirits? It's not his job. That's not what all priests do. Not all priests has to have the ability to talk with God and to cast out spirits. That's not part of being a priest. Not being able to relay the messages of the spirit world to the humans. Then what are you doing up there? You're just a reader of the book? You based on the book's teachings? Yeah, I know I'm going to piss some of you off. It's okay. We're going to eliminate the weak here. Again, I hope to have you in a place where you can tell the Pope what the spirits are telling you. Jesus gave that to all of us. I'm here to restore that. In that Christ consciousness, you'll have the abilities that man wondering about. And luckily, we're in a place and time where hopefully they're not going to burn you as a witch. Hopefully. If not, you better get your ass to Colorado where you're safe. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you with some more dark and digi later. Laters, haters.